Kingdom Come Deliverance Part 2. I may play this game. I'm deeply considering it right now. Here's why. Lit it. Welcome to Game Jeff. Really appreciate you guys being here today. Today I'm going to be talking about Kingdom Come Deliverance Part 2, okay? Kingdom Come Deliverance Part 2 is an RPG game, more like a hardcore RPG game that takes place in the medieval times, okay? You're playing as Henry, who is based on the first Kingdom Come Deliverance. He is a freaking nobody, and you're basically turning from zero to hero, okay? And then obviously several years later, they made the second part, which is much better looking than the first Kingdom Come Deliverance. I mean, this one looks so much better when you look at the quality of the video, the film, whatever you want to call that. And also the enhancement of everything that you see in this game. It is so photorealistic. And this is one thing that I really like and that I'm really intrigued about Kingdom Come Deliverance, okay? Because of the realism in this game. This is so realistic in so many ways. And not just the way it looks, but also the way it plays, okay? If you have ever played the first Kingdom Come Deliverance, you're going to notice that the game doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't tell you what to do. It doesn't tell you in which direction you should go, okay? You are basically a nobody and you have to learn everything. I mean, you have to learn how to fight. You have to learn how to eat, what to eat. You know, you got to make sure your food doesn't rot and go bad. You know, if it goes bad on you, you're going to get sick, you know. There are so many things in this game where you have to figure things out. And if you make mistakes, you're actually going to be reaping the consequences of it, you know? You can actually work your way into a corner where you just can't get out and you literally have to maybe start all over again just to kind of avoid making that stupid mistake that you have done, okay? Now, obviously, I'm not going to be talking about the first Kingdom Come Deliverance, but I'm talking about the second one because that one is really hyped. It is such much more bigger world than the first one. It is so much more immersive. They did quite a bit of enhancements compared to the first one. Obviously, the picture is better. Some of the combat is a little better, but it's still extremely difficult. I mean, you have to put your life, your soul, maybe not that. I mean, I don't want to drag it that far, okay? Not that far. But you have to really learn a lot about the combat aspects. You have to learn how to move your sword from the left to the right, from the down to the up, and you have to stab. Okay, it requires some skill. And at the beginning, when you start playing this game, you're going to be losing a lot. You know, you feel like a freaking loser. You're going to be dying a lot and stuff like that until you really learn how to combat. And I highly recommend that you really put your effort into learning how to fight with this character because this fighting is one of the hardest things in Kingdom Come Deliverance. But once you master it, once you know how to do this, you can become really good at this and you become a freaking badass and you're just killing everybody. But at the beginning, trust me, it is very hard. I actually played it a little bit in the first one and I remember how hard it was. In the second one, they made it a little more simpler than the first one. You know, there's only like left, right, up, and then there's stab, you know, but the first one had like much more combinations. So they made this a little easier, but it's still hard. And I would definitely suggest that you would, you know, spend some time with that. But however, in Kingdom Come Deliverance Part 2, you know, you're completely on your own like before. You know, you have to learn certain things and you can do things a certain way, but you can also do things in another way. You know, if you decide to do a missions, you you have to retrieve an item from some bandits. You know, you can go in there and you can, you know, try to kill him and try to get it this way, or you can sneak in at night and try to steal it, you know. And depending on how you do that, the actual dialogue when you talk to the NPCs goes according to that. So the writing in this game is extremely good. It's a very written well story, and it is just very immersive, the game. You know, it is much more spread out. There's a lot of landscape compared to the first one, but it is also much more immersive, you know. Also, when it comes to the settings, when it comes to, you know, all your characters and your upgrades and your leveling, all that kind of stuff is so much more in depth. It is just a really, really good game. And even though I haven't really played it, based on what I heard about it, I am really intrigued of wanting to play this game a little more. And, you know, trying to get into this game. And I'm considering playing it very soon. I was also taught that in order to really play the second one, you really have to get familiar with the first one, because if you play this game, this is one of those games where you're either going to hate it or you're going to love it, okay? And it's going to be very off-turning at the beginning, you know? You have to really be patient with this game and really give it a shot. Because at the beginning, I most likely guarantee you that you may not be so into this. You're going to be like quickly turned off by this game, okay? So you really have to be patient. I have to be patient because I remember playing the very first one and I was kind of like a little bit turned. I was like, oh my gosh, hey, what the heck is that, you know? But once you get past that hurdle, you know, you can actually become a cold, hardcore fan of this game. There's a lot of people that are really hardcore fans of this game because this game is just so unique compared to, you know, other RPG games that are out there, especially ones that are really guided. They have a lot of tutorials. They have a lot of navigation. They hold you on your hand and make it so easy for you to go from A to B. But in this game, trust me, it is kind of like playing, you know, Dark Souls, something like that, you know, you're really on your own, you know, and it's so realistic in so many different ways. You know, like I said before, you know, your food goes bad, you're going to starve, you know, you're going to get sick. You know, you have to get your sleep, you have to get your rest, you know, in order to be strong enough. You know, if you smell bad, the people are behaving according to your appearance, according to your level of influence, you know. But at the beginning, you're going to get your ass kicked, you know. So don't be surprised. But you got to be patient, you know. I am going to be playing Kingdom Come Deliverance in the near future. But I probably have to, you know, at least learn some of the basics of the first Kingdom Come Deliverance before I actually get into the second one, you know. But I'm really considering playing this game. And this is basically not really a review, but it is more like an overview of this whole game because, like I said before, I've never played it, but I really consider playing it, especially since I've been motivated by a good friend of mine out of Germany to give this game a shot because he is really into this game and he's been putting a lot of hours in a lot of hours in this game. I've seen his, you know, status of how many hours he played. I think like over 3,000 hours, something like that he put in this game. So he knows the ins and outs of this game, okay? So with that said, guys, this is my view. This is my opinion regarding Kingdom Come Deliverance. And if you like this video, if you find the information informative, I would appreciate if you like this video to help the algorithm, okay? With that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.